That's the day. So excited to be here. I'd like to hand over to my co-CEO, who's right down there, Luc Haldimann, founder of the company, to tell us where we're going to go in the next 15 minutes. There's a bit of a challenge there. You can either stay here or grab a microphone.
Microphone working?
Thank you.
Yeah. So, hello everyone. It's a pleasure to have you here. I'm going to start out with just a quick step back. 17 years ago, we have filed our first patent for co-browsing, and that's how we started the company. And since then, we have built up a complete suite for collaboration. And our mission is to become the leading conversational platform for financial services worldwide. We set the focus on financial services 7 years ago in 2017, and that's when we also built out all the features that we have today in a general platform to be able to fulfill this mission. Now, last year, I was standing here and talking about our product completeness. What are you going to do beyond completeness of the product? Well, there is a lot that we have done. It was complete. It's now more than complete. It reaches out not only to digital touch points with customers, but also to the physical world, and a lot more that you're going to see also in the presentations of our customers and from our company of the product. Now, our basis is built on 3 pillars. First pillar, of course, we are a product company, is the product. We have built a lot of features just around financial services and to make sure that financial services gets the best collaborative platform on the market. And with that, we have texting, we have voice, we have collaboration, we have lots of features that make sure that the human-to-human contact and the customer journey is excellent and the customer experience is as good as it gets. Now, with Release 8 that we have launched this year, we have, as I said, more than completed the product. We have broadcasting capabilities built in. We have not only the response of customers who are asking something of the company, but also the reach out, so the outbound messaging, for example. And we have massively improved also the collaborative space like document co-browsing and other possibilities. We have also introduced the branch into the connection of Unblu Spark. So this is coming together, the branch experience where we're digitizing the physical branch and making sure that every touch point to the customer is possible to be responded to. Second pillar is the ecosystem. Now that's where our partners come in, and starting on the right side, the marketplace, we have over many years built integrations with other systems like Microsoft Teams, like Salesforce, Genesys, but also very specifically with partners in our segment of financial services like Specitech or Wealth Dynamics, where we are part of the marketplace and where you can add us on into your existing solution by going to the marketplace and getting our product from there. On the other hand, now, and that's where I'm very proud of, we have been able to establish OEM partnerships with Objectway, Avaloq, Broadridge, and Pershing. So this is covering the Western Hemisphere and is reaching beyond for a global reach with our partners to get into customers. And that's where you don't even have to do anything to get our product. It ships with the other product. That's super exciting, and I'm super proud, again, that we have been able to establish those relationships. Of course, we're working on and seeing that we will add even more partnerships and that we are the de facto standard in the industry for the collaboration. Third pillar, and I haven't mentioned it so far because that's one of the very important pillars, hand in hand, AI with HI, so artificial intelligence and human intelligence. Looking back, we have built across 16 years when we, so that's 1 year after we filed the first patent, 16 years of human interactions. And the human interaction is very often human to human, 2, 3 more, but also human interaction with artificial intelligence with machines. That's going beyond just the pure self-service. That's really where the interaction process, the dialogue with the machine is leveraged for productivity. Yet, we always want to keep the human inside of the loop. We don't want to replace human with technology. We want to make humans more powerful with technology. To explain that a little more, let me go into an example of self-driving cars. Are we ready for full automation? If you look to the streets, there are some companies that are trying to go full self-driving, and in some areas you're seeing some full self-driving, but it's still a little scary to have those self-driving cars on the road. And that's because if you want to take out the human part of the steering of the car, that's quite challenging. We eventually will get there on the roads. If we will ever get there for financial services, we're going to see, but definitely not for the foreseeable future. To go a little deeper with that example of self-driving cars and relate to financial services, let's quickly go through the different levels. Level 0 is not mentioned here. Level 0 is human driving cars without any support, right? Level 1 is driver assistance. That's cruise control, even adaptive cruise control and lane keeping. So making sure that you have a little safety around you, which is an active safety system. Level 2 is partial automation. The driver still needs to be engaged, and up to level 2, you can do the things without AI. Obviously, you can do the recognition of the lanes with AI, but you don't even have to. There are conventional ways of processing images to make sure that you see the line at the border and can make sure that the car stays in that line. So up to level 2, you don't even need AI, but it can help in certain cases. Driver with level 2 still need to be fully engaged. You need to fully monitor the road and at every second be able to interact if something is going wrong. Now, level 3 is starting to get more interesting in terms of artificial intelligence. So that's conditional automation. The driver needs to be ready to take over, but you can start to relax a little bit. This is acceleration, braking of the car, keeping a full self-driving portion on the road with curves and everything, but the driver still needs to monitor and within at least a few seconds be able to take over what the car is doing. We see this with certain companies on the road today, better or worse, but it's something that is evolving and a step that we're going through. Next level is high automation. That's where the car is able to drive in longer distances without the interaction of human. Only if it gets complex, like for example, if there's something like a construction place where self-driving, it's just very narrow, self-driving is not confident to really safely get you through there, human interaction is required. So this is almost full self-driving. And then of course, full self-driving is where you can remove the steering wheel and all the controls of the car, and the car is driving itself. Now, thinking about level 5, I think for cars, it can be that this makes the streets safer. For financial services, for the foreseeable future, I don't think it's a good idea to take out the human element, because humans are for trust and for loyalty with customers, and they bring a big experience in the relationship, in management of relationship, in making sure that the customers get the best information and do the best with their money. Now, relating this very closely to Unblu and financial services. Let's quickly go through those levels. Level 1, driver assistance, cruise control. That's making sure that your agents and relationship managers stay compliant, that they can have maybe a process engine, but they still are in the driver's seat and are doing most of the job, but they have some support with their job. That's done, that's there. You don't need AI for that. You can use AI for it, but it's not necessary. Level 2, partial automation. Driver needs to stay engaged, means that you have supporting systems that take you longer distance. Maybe a chatbot-based address change can be fully rule-based, doesn't have to have artificial intelligence inside, can be supported with artificial intelligence. But that's the basics where you already get quite some support and boost productivity and customer experience if you do it well to a certain level. But it's not very challenging. We're there, we can do it, we see it more and more at every bank and insurance company. And now it starts to get interesting. Level 3 and level 4. This is where we're working on right now. So level 3 is something that is a step that you want to take to get confidence and have, for example, a suggestion bot besides the agent in a chat conversation, to have AI to prompt you with some information that you can pass on to the customer. Sometimes it's even a chat dialogue by itself with a chatbot where you really now need AI to make sure that the level of conversation is high. Level 4 then is shifting the weight to AI and having human oversight and doing full processes with AI, so full dialogues with traits of a customer, with up to maybe a certain part of portfolio review with customers, maybe advising for a life insurance, but still there is human oversight and you want to have the human interaction to make sure that the customer has the best experience. So, in other words, with level 3 and level 4 that we have invested over the last 5 years, a whole lot of energy is the area that we are moving forward with many customers already, and hopefully with most and all customers in the next few months and years. This is where we can really leverage our system that has been built up for the conversations with customers, where every digital and all the other touch points, even in the branch, are now being able to be captured, and where the whole customer journey can be followed and supported with human and with AI in a team. So to wrap this up, what we are doing is we're building out a platform and further improving it on those 3 pillars. One, of course, the product. Everything that we do is going into the product and into making our customers and partners successful with our product. We're a pure product company. We have a lot of services that we are doing to help to make that product useful for every customer and partner, but the product is the pillar 1. Pillar 2, deliver in an ecosystem, so make it easy for everyone. You have your existing systems, you have your environments, and we want to make sure that we're just part of it, a natural fit for everyone who is using technology in their company. And then pillar 3, and this is a high focus, but not the only one, putting AI to use to make sure that pillar 1 and pillar 2 are really also solid, and that helps for customer success, for the trust and the loyalty of the customers. And with that, I'm excited that we have many customers reporting and showing what we have been doing in level 3 and level 4 today and where the product is. So we're covering all the 3 pillars in the following presentations and conversations that we have. I would love to meet every one of you, catch up with all of you, later on also in between. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Luc. And if it only was so easy, because Luc's looking after technology and he's running R&D and they're looking all the great things that are actually doable, then it's my job typically to come in. I'm looking at Maurice with, no, not clean up, but then we have the next session coming up with Elena. Elena, if you come on stage. Elena's our CLO. And typically, after we have all of these great ideas and we start to introduce AI, we're then having to talk to the compliance people and the legal people and the data protection people. And specifically with AI, we get into lots and lots of interesting questions. And Elena, we've been working through this together over the course of the last 9 to